Feeling like your organization system is just not working? Let's fix that, bestie. I want you to leave those overcomplicated, unsustainable organizational systems in 2024 and never look back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 simple yet super powerful tips that are going to help you organize better than ever in 2025. Whether it's your home, your workspace, or your daily routine, these strategies are going to transform how you manage your space and your time. Definitely make sure to stick around until the end as well, because I'll be sharing with you a bonus tip that's going to make your system last all year round. Tip number 1 is to declutter before organizing. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to get organized is skipping the most essential step, which is to declutter first. For instance, you're not really organizing if you're just shuffling clutter from one bin to another. You're just relocating the mess. I used to keep every random cable or charger I found, thinking I might need it someday. Fast forward, and I ended up having a drawer stuffed with wires that I hadn't touched in literal years. It was pure chaos. So in 2025, I want you all to start fresh. I want you to take out everything from the space that you're organizing, hold each item, and ask yourself, do I really need this? Or does this add value to my life? If not, just let it go. Donate it, recycle it, toss whatever you don't need. Clearing the clutter makes organizing much easier and less stressful. So now that you've decluttered, it's time to give everything a place. Let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to create zones for everything. If your items are scattered everywhere, it's easy to lose things and just as easy for the mess to pile up again, which is what we do not want. Without clear zones, organization feels impossible. Think about your kitchen. If your utensils, snacks, cleaning, and baking supplies are just jumbled all together, cooking becomes a headache. Or what about your desk? If your pens, papers, and gadgets are just randomly thrown around, focusing on work becomes a challenge. Group similar items together into zones. In your workspace, create zones for supplies, paperwork, and tech. For your kitchen, designate areas for snacks, cooking essentials, and cleaning products. Labeling these zones is super key, especially if you're living with others, because this ensures that everyone knows where things belong. Now that you set up your zones, let's talk about what holds it all together. Storage tools. My tip number 3 is to use the right storage tools. Even with zones, your system can fall apart if you're using mismatched, poorly sized containers. Overstuffing drawers, overflowing bins, or random piles of items can make your space feel chaotic again. So I want you to look at the difference. A junk drawer full of random containers versus one with matching dividers that fit perfectly. It is an absolute game changer. In 2025, I want you to invest in storage tools that suit your needs. Clear bins are going to let you see what's inside. Stackable organizers are going to maximize your vertical space, and drawer dividers keep the smaller items tidy. You don't even have to spend a lot. Dollar stores often have great options, or you can repurpose things like mason jars, baskets, even shoe boxes. Be mindful of your space. That is key. You want to measure shelves and drawers before you buy storage containers, because then you're making sure to avoid wasted time and money for things that don't fit. And also, don't feel pressured to buy everything at once. You can start small and build as you go. With the right tools in place, let's move on to the next step. Tip number 4 is to time block your organization session. One big reason why organizing feels overwhelming is trying to tackle everything at once. Here's the thing, your space did not just get disorganized in one day, so definitely don't expect to fix it all in one go. Instead, break it down into smaller, manageable chunks. Use time blocking to schedule specific organizing sessions. You can set a timer for 20 to 30 minutes, focusing on one drawer, one shelf, or one corner of a room. And then when it goes off, just stop. This method is going to keep you motivated, it prevents burnout, and it ensures consistent progress. Plus, it's much easier to fit into a busy schedule than an all-day cleaning marathon. So now that we've tackled time, let's talk about maintenance. Tip number 5 is to maintain your system. The most common reason organization systems fail: neglect. Life ends up getting busy and suddenly things are out of place and clutter creeps back in. For instance, have you ever spent hours organizing your closet or room only to find it messy again 1 week later? Trust me, I have been there and it's frustrating, but the key is maintenance. Build a habit of resetting your spaces. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each evening putting things back where they belong. For instance, clear your desk, toss out trash, and return items back into their zones. These small, consistent actions are going to prevent big messes and keep your system running smoothly. We are almost there, but as I mentioned before, I want to leave you with a bonus tip that makes everything easier. My bonus tip is to keep it simple. Overcomplicating your system with too many steps, labels, or tools can make it hard to maintain and frustrating to use. If it's not simple, it's just not going to stick. For instance, I once tried a color-coding filing system with 10 categories for my paperwork. Guess how long that lasted? About a week. It was just too much. In 2025, I want you to focus on simplicity. Use a few broad categories instead of dozens of specific ones. Choose versatile storage solutions that work across multiple areas of your home. And don't aim for perfection. Your goal is function, not Pinterest-worthy photos. Remember, the best system is the one that you'll actually use. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more organizing and cleaning hacks to transform your life in 2025. Check out this video here for some pro tips on budget-friendly cleaning, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao for now.